Hey, and welcome to the stream. About to start. Just getting the final promotions out there, so get ready, get cozy and comfy, grab your drinks, go to the toilet, do whatever you need to do, and be around for the chats. Also, I do want to give a shout out to Icy Moo. She's been kind and also playing Minecraft at the moment. Also, feel free to ask any questions during the live stream. I'd be happy to answer them when I spot them. Reminder, this is going to be an old character design piece that I've already drawn, and I'll be building upon. There we go. And with a little more than 50 seconds to go, we're just gonna go and start this live stream. There we go. Here we are. Night Battle is featuring the music of Alexander Nakarada, if I'm pronouncing that right. He's a wonderful music artist. You can find him in my profile as well, giving the links to its SoundCloud. So let's see, I quickly drew something over here, not that there's anything to see. I did mark it for 18 plus, I believe, this stream. That won't be any nudity though, it's just, I gotta get started on clothing and design. I didn't even think about that. Going to it, the first picture that I drew, the original one, I think I like it better. And there's some explanations going on. I tend to do that when doodling, drafting, and having the IDs. It's more of an ID dump for me. And I think I'd like to build upon that today. See how far I can get. There's some clothing loosely hanging around. We also have an undead right over there, as in the notes do state and mention. And this character has something you would refer to as a resting bitch face, or should I say bitch? Not to get any cursive things out there. All right, let's get started. Just gonna push this more to the background. Considering it's my own art piece, I can do whatever I want. I have the refs that I need. I'm using a square brush again. I'll see how it goes. I'm trying to go for a quick portrait study. If I can, of course, I'll sneak in some clothing, but I just want to get my jab at a good portrait face. He's quite a character to be dealing with. Overall, aside from his grumpy face, the backstory on this one is that he's quite friendly. So his appearance may tell you otherwise, but regardless from being this crouch, he's a friendly crouch. Nothing like the Grinch, I'd say. has his fair strong opinions and beliefs, and as far as I had in mind back then, and I was going to use him as a player character, but ended up deciding against that. As for D&D campaigns, for those known with it. I'll just get on with that face. The spots where I want the gills to be. Making him amphibian. Do feel free to ask questions when you're in the chat or viewing. Oh wow, the frog! Welcome! I love your entry sentence right over there. Good to have you there. Oh, I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'm splendid. I don't have that much time, and there's a bit of a thing. I probably have to, or at least intend on using this character for D&D campaign tonight, which I am the game master from, and I'll be using him as an NPC that they can unlock or have the achievement done, and by setting him free from the grasps of a demon that they're facing off against. But they have no knowing yet that this character is in their campaign. And what they can get from him if they manage to follow the right path is something very similar to what he has, which is your, well, for the loot goblins, very, very nice to have a, let's go a bit of a carrier animal slash undead type of thing that will follow you with skulk around. It will smell probably horrible unless you maintain it and keep up with that thing, but it'll be there for the remainder of the party, and they're carrying their stuff and their loot. He can craft such an item for them, or such a being, if that is that they choose to set him free. He has a couple of scores going up. And Toward the Frog, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'll be happy to explain them away if I can, that is. Otherwise, I think I am capable of answering most of the questions. Not all, but hey, at least some. Right now, I'm just getting an outline. There's another save point. I'm going to be using some tricks here and there to speed up my process. I've been drawing, like copying and pasting a couple of earphones. And no, they're not really used for hearing, even though things might gesture otherwise. It's like the ears of an owl. Basically, that Nightbot has his quims and whims and is working. Previously, during another live stream yesterday, it didn't quite want to do the thing I wanted it to do. As for this Necromancer type, I want him, just as I'm featuring over here, not to be the prettiest. But truly, he's a genuine personality, if you can bear the snarky comments. There we go. Yep. Sometimes I just love to scratch, at least just give a bit of scratches here, there, going about the drawing. Like, oh, what does this do? What does that do? And the longer you draw, the more you practice, the more refined your line work becomes, and the more steady your hands become at where you want things to go. And as for me, I'm the type of artist that loves to clay. Not literally claying, I also do that, don't worry. But as you can see, I'm just building on top of the character, and I'm just molding him into the piece where I want it to go. This way it always gives me a bit of a overview of, hey, this is what we have right now. Given the color palette and everything. Right, good one. It's another save, which I do with the layers, so I can always, when I have a major change, go back another layer, like, oh hey, that's where I began, this is where I'm now. Turn it on and off again. And I'm going to tinker a little bit with the colors that we have right now. If a tonal correction is the hue saturation tool button that I'm going to play with. Exactly the thing I wanted to do. But hey, that is what it means to fiddle around a little bit. That's a bit much. And there's also another button that you can use to play around with the colors, which is the color balance, one of my favorites. So off screen you probably cannot see it because it's more of an extension. At least it behaves like an extension, not that it is, because it's very much part of the program that we're using, Clip Studio Paint. And pushing it more to with the red, cyan. Don't really need the green, nor the blue. Guess what I'm looking for are a bit of the... That's too much. As for the highlights, there we go. I just pushed the colors a little bit around, nothing too much, as only a slight difference notable. But to me, it's enough to do some stuff with it. Also, a good thing to keep in mind is the direction of light, whether you want it to come from. In my case, just gonna point it out, right there. And what kind of lightning do you want? Do you want sunlight, redirected lights? Also things to think about. As for me, I just want to have it plain as is right now, so I'm not gonna do anything too extreme. For the gills, I use a little bit of orange. You'll later on understand why I'm not going for anything pink. Because nothing truly ever is a direct color of pink. Hair direction doesn't always need to be straightforward. And for the hair, I'd love it to be a fin-like structure, which I hope I'll be able to give to it. And a bit. Seemingly for this one, even when ashore or on land, I'd imagine him to somehow look like he's just stepped out of some sort of bath or hailed from the ocean, dragging all sort of seaweed along with him where he goes. One thing is for sure, I can't imagine him to smell pleasantly. Because he works so much with the undead, I think he might, you know, smell a bit. Unless he just took a bath or something, but still. His work is his life, and I imagine him so therefore not to have the most pleasant smell of smells. As for his eyes are having a bit of this undead touch. Mainly because I believe throughout this character design and how I've written him down is more or less he kind of brought ruin upon himself by doing the things he does. Flat nose. As far as I had imagined, or at least written down everything, I didn't want him to be too scrawny, but nothing too brawny either, just something, you know, in between. So usually it's a bit of a stereotype to have any sort of magic uses to be scrawny and you know, very petite, but I want him to be capable of being this combat mage type. Where he actually bashes in and doesn't go stand from afar like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm sending in my army of undead. Like, no, front type of guy. So he must have some experience going on. Some of these skills. As for the skills, I always have to remind myself to think about where to put them because there's a swimming direction. And you wouldn't want the water to go against the scales. I'm to have higher cheekbones. And truly, this image has to reflect a bit of the personality, which is that I don't look friendly, but once you get to know him, he's okay. He's more than fine. It's just awkward. Right, I'm gonna switch my brush to its emerald round brush. I'm gonna fiddle around a bit. The brushes I always commonly use over here, my filler brushes. I downloaded them in Clip Studio Paint. Always bring me a lot of joy. I'm going to use some color picking technique right now because I kind of do like it that I had the idea of his mouth area to be somewhat brighter in color. Like some decoloration going on. And here we have a more darker color going. Some more of those little plucks of hair that resemble seaweed. That's what I like. I believe I've seen it earlier on another character type of design. Browsing the internet a long time ago. So those things kind of stick in the back of your head. And I believe the first original file that I had included a lot of fish references. If that was a type of grey indeed. Zooming in a little bit more. And now I'm just going to work on giving him an expression. I know that he has, you know, quite the tiresome looking eyes. And a raised lip, showing off some teeth over here. But because he can't help it, it's part of the scar tissue that he has. Had some sort of accident. I don't think I wrote down what kind of accident he had, but can't imagine it to have been pleasant, and oh well. So even when closing his mouth, it will always be a bit open. And I think that's beauty in it. A bit of a darker going on over here, the edges. There we go, it's better. Just carefully working on him, and at the moment, hold up, cat, come on, off the desk, thank you. Reminder to self, close the door, because I have a kitty cat, and when I'm streaming, kitty cat likes to interrupt me. Those fins are, of course, see-through, not like any other type of fish that you would drag ashore. And they are quite movable, as you can see in the background scribbles. I don't want to move this eye right over here. I feel great. There we go. Boop. Just raising that eyebrow a little bit. Baggy eyes. So yeah, I want him to look like a villain, but his actions don't compare with one, even though what he does is quite villainous in the eyes of the many. He's actually a bit of a good guy, or at least that's how he sees himself. As with a particular character, I didn't pack him to be religious, just perhaps a little bit superstitious when it comes down to certain things. Teeth. Oh, it's a bit of a gambit. Sharp little piranha-like teeth. Most fish have very adorable eyes. Something I completely loathe. But this one, more of those kind of, yeah, dead eyes. So I'm using very light colors of grey to give that type of glazy eye I'm trying to go for. That's for shaping our path. Scratches here and there. And notice that his face is a wee bit darker around the edges over here. I'm going to gloss over that. And I'm going to use an airbrush. I'm also going to use an airbrush to pick up one of the orange parts and showcase that when light hits upon these fins, they are see-through. this asks for another layer save. Bloop. I think I got it from here, so I'm turning off the references. So yeah, friendly reminder to the people who are new to the stream, I didn't just make this character up, I already drew it a long time ago. I'm just drawing another portrait design of it. Of him. His name is Oros, for those curious. His appearance and ill temper don't always help now. It usually gets him in a ton of trouble, as far as I've written him down. Nevertheless, he always means well. Doesn't mean that others will preview it as such. Maybe a strand of hair or fin-like hair structure going that way. And to give it more clear that we're talking about fins on hair, it's just giving that extra bit of shine here there. Hope you all have a lovely day. As for the scar that he has, well, I'm thinking about it, I think he'd probably picked it up during one of the battles he got into. One of those tavern battles. Tavern brawls. Just a bit of a rounded triangle going here and going there. Give away that there are some scales, not everywhere. And they just blend in with the skin. And the hair over here. Oh, and there goes the tablet. Don't die on me now, thank you. So I kind of want to give the appearance of very drab, wet, damp hair in the shape of fins. Because all of it is just very fishy. Fish person. I'll get rid of this arrow right over there. I'm gonna zoom in a wee bit more so you can see the mess that I've been creating. But it also gives, when you draw from a distance, from afar, it helps you out so much because you can set the guidelines to follow and get the ideas done fairly rapidly. Another trick that I'm going to apply right now, so I circle down the eyes, which are quite big and fishy, is another layer. Clip that layer, so make sure that it's a clipping mask, and you know everything you do and draw doesn't go elsewhere, which is good. Let me get rid of that one. And we're gonna go grab that brush, and we're gonna go select the multiply function, which is fairly nice, and see how that goes. Because I certainly do want a bit of a darker shade going on. You can always eyeball it. Best would be from afar, like, hey, is this blue thing working out for me, or should I go with the more warmer colors? Naturally, if you're thinking of someone who has a bit of a dead stare or a dead eye and that kind of thing, you think that blue would work out best, but I've seen a fair jobs doing other colors, such as purple to the edges. Using another layer, and this one I'll probably say glow, but I don't want it to be too strong. That really immediately gives a bit of a touch, not the touch I was going for or want to go for, so I'm just going to go add the color and make it happen. Few minor adjustments. I do like the purple and a bit of warmth in there. I want it to be a bit more grey. Still working on the add glow layer right now. Just some incoming lightning and shading. At least lightning, that is. Not too extreme, just a little bit of a color difference that he has. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Those eyes could be a wee bit more. Clouded. If I were to do a lot of heavy lightning, I would probably go by it like this, like so. Again, still using that tool. See where the light falls and using that direction, like got some here, some there. Some probably here. It's more of a top down. But today I'm not going to do all of that. I do know that light makes for incredible pieces, but I kind of want to keep it a little bit down on this guy because, you know, what's happened to the light when you're such a crouch? mean, could be a little bit here, there. Just to outline those skills on top of his head. What I'm thinking of is more of a tavern-like lit light that falls upon him. It's like candlelight during a broad day. Bloop. There we go. Now we're going to go on to landing. Landing doesn't always do the job, but 99% of the time it kind of does. I do need to correct it right over there because he has a stronger jawline, more square. Boop. There we go again. Get that landing too. As for starting artists, it also helps to draw the same subject over and over and over to get a hang of it. It's like hands, feet, body poses, you name it, and go for it. Art is a matter of practice and a whole lot of time consuming patience. And if you're impatient, and I tend to be that too sometimes, then use the trick of using the bigger brushes, get the bigger outlines done fairly fast, and then work on top of that. So you can see the effects straight away rather than the tiny details, which may misdirect you in your process. Bigger outlines always work well. Like what you want, where you want it. Help direct it. Well, I did want to have him bags underneath the eye. And I need to do some touch-ups here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Just a couple of scratches. There we go again. over here and making sure I follow the lines that I want for the scar tissue, which is taking a really good chunk out of his left side of the face. I want that to be shown a wee bit more, so it doesn't, it's not supposed to look like it's done freshly. It's supposed to show some gum over here, and I'm using some oranges, which are returning in the design. Returning colors are always good, by the way. Go for that if you see the chance to have some colors return or patterns return. It's very appealing for other people to look at an art piece and see these returning elements. Even though it's subconsciously, it just works on the mind trickery that is art. Really, that's all it is. Gotta trick people into thinking that there is something that doesn't exist yet. Baggy eyes. There we go. Whew, got a face. Still gotta work on the mouth area. And highlight those backs underneath the eyes on the other side a wee bit. That will be his left side and our right side. Grabbing a square brush again. And I thought it was going to make a bit of a difference, but aha, wrong brush. Highlighting a couple of features right over here and there where we want like the fall first. I'm closing the eye on the other side at least for a good portion, with reason, because I want more of an expression to go on, like a raised eyebrow being a little cocky over there. Not that he intends to do that, but just his normal face, how he looks at people. As I'd imagine him, or written about him as well, using the blending tool. Now that we're up close, we can see more of what we've done over here and the lack of details. That's okay because we got the general outline. So I'm going to use a darker color, a bit darker. I don't want it to be pure black, but I kind of do want this to be one of those cheesy skulls that don't look all that good. Apologies. I'm going to go look out the cat right now. It's really getting something. Come on. Look. No more distractions. Always trying to capture my attention, and I forgot to lock the door, but no worries, no more. Now make those scars a wee bit dark, but I'll get to them. It's just a general outline that I want over here, including with the busted lip area that over there. Just using a little bit more light. And also the orange. Return into that. I just want this to be more of a light point. Not the lightest point. But you know, there's creepy hollow eyes that could stare straight through you. To the brush, not completely dark, but close to it. Like you tell him a story and he's about to believe you or question your credibility. A kind of expression I want to give him. Like either he's about to give you one hell of a preach about the undead, his specialization, or just staring away. Who knows? Doop, 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 doop. Now that is a matter of we have some gum tissue that's also showing. And I'm really debating about the color of the elf. And considering the scar tissue, it would be natural to have it pinkish. As for the character and the scar, I believe it's been so long ago that he no longer even thinks about it being there. Like, sure, it's there, but he's used to it. And with his attitude, I don't think he cares enough to go to a cleric and get it fixed. And for another blending brush. And throw this a little bit more to it, a natural look rather than those harsh lines. I mean, within the D&D universe, there are cosmetic procedures such as declare good to get rid of your scars that are damning. However, there's a price attached to those, and some find it worth it to go ahead and pay for that, and others, nah. And then you have the warrior types who are proud to show their scars. Maybe you should extend it a little bit more. Like really had his face bashed in. But yes, for scars I use mid-tones, light tones, and darker lines to either make it more like a something that's really deep, or more on the surface, more lighter streaks. I am believing that this is one of those type of things that runs deep. Especially if some of the gum and the teeth are showing permanently through this. Can't imagine it to be like. Using a couple of strokes of lighter. It's the reason I'm also zooming into this piece is because I have the heavy shading and the heavy color layout and the direction of where I want to go with this piece already done. The rough outlines are there, and now is some detailing. But I pushed it too far, just to where I needed to go. Of course I could go bonkers with details, but that will take hours upon hours. It's just some light work of perhaps mini rendering you call it. I want some lighter points because we have these nostrils. Even though he has a flat nose, it doesn't mean that he doesn't have these nostrils going on for him. This is what things used to be, and because of the scar tissue that is pulled off his left nostril as well. There we go. Choop. And the eyebrows don't actually consist of hair. It's more of a I exaggerated them a bit because they're hairless. It's more of a push forward of the well, perhaps you've seen a person without eyebrow hair. The eyebrows are still kind of there, at least location at most. I'm putting an accent on that by lightening, please using a lighter area color over there. Back to it, using darker color to make sure that pin that goes down over here pops out a wee bit. don't know, I've been working on the bags underneath his eyes for quite some time now. Just continue to roll back to them. Because when I use the blender, I sometimes erase too much of it and just like have to, at least I feel like I have to touch them up a bit, to make it clear that they are definitely there. When we zoom out a bit, I've got a particular kind of thing that I don't like over here. It's his nostril. I want to move. Oh, there goes the table again. More like so, I believe. Using a quick brush to fix this. You won't see a thing anymore. Now one with the scales on top of his head. And this character would occasionally get in trouble for not beating around the bush and just admitting like, yeah, I'm a necromancer, yeah, I dig up corpses. At least using those creatures from the sea that have passed. Undead pirates, and that would definitely be his thing. Oh, there we go, blender 2. And that's why I love the blender 2 so much. You can get so much done within such a little time. I know Photoshop has a blender option as well, but as far as I know, it's not. It doesn't do it as just like Absolute Paint. And hey, one saying I did keep to heart: it programs your tools. That doesn't make you a good artist. Practice, that does. So regardless of the tools that you're using, you make best at what you work with. I've seen incredible artists using GIMP. The thing is, you gotta find the tool that works best for you. One that has all the ins and outs that you prefer to work with. He definitely has that undead feel to him. The fins, I think they need a little bit more shiny. Everything is always some shiny. And the hair could use some shiny too. Really love this music. Happy I found it. There's still some work to be had on the fins. And yeah, I could go for photorealism, but I need a whole bunch of references, and I'm just doing it from the top of my head right now. As far as I can remember fins and what goes where. And yeah, I'd like these fins to be somewhat, you know, not entirely in one piece. Like they have spots, they have I almost would say if I were to diagnose him, he'd have fin rot, and that's not nice. A fish can actually heal from this awful disease with time given, and some fish even have their fins grow back, but some may never have their fins grow back as they lose part of it. Really depends. Depends on the case. I'm not saying that he has fin rot, but I think these are just battle scars. That's why he looks so mangy. Yeah, sometimes I lose the tablet for a couple of seconds and it goes to a black screen and that turns itself back on again to where I was left, to where I was. With all that in mind, I have to consider thinking about a new one. I don't wanna, because I like this one so much. I mean, there has to be some shiny stuff right over here, because all of that stuff on his head, it's not actual hair, it's fins. I have to make that clear somehow, that all of that is just an extension. Here we have these straps that look like seaweed. Using a blended brush again, because I do want to go for a more speedy type of inclusions. There we go. Just trying to get rid of some of the loose ends and edges. With not shine here and there. So, meaning that he has a couple of blocks in there that resemble some sort of seaweed, even though it's just fin structure. Also been debating about giving him these unique teeth that you could see on, I believe that from the top of my head, a leopard seal. If you've ever seen those seal teeth, any type of seal, I guess, has a unique set of teeth, but I believe the leopard seal had really unique ones. Really iffy about the nose to be so high up. I'm gonna save a layer and see how it looks if I'm moving it a wee bit more down. I think that does make it look better. There we go. Blending tool. Quickly erase this mess that we've created. Narrowing down the face a bit. And also some shading. Lovely lightning as well. Just a wee bit. Yeah, there we go. And zooming in a bit, just to stare at those eyes, and I'm just gonna go and tackle them a bit.
He doesn't have eyelashes, but he does have eyelids, so I do have to think about that.
Yep, made it a little glitch. Control C.
Oh, that's better.
Don't want to put too much shine on these teeth because they're still supposed to look a wee bit ragged. I mean, they're being exposed for quite some time. Yes, blending to red over here. Using a wee bit of orange on the lips just to give them a bit of color, not being the entirely colorless thing. Even in darkness, there are many, many colors. All right. That's starting to look like something. Just need a few more clear lines over here. There's no really nose sticking out, so he naturally doesn't have that kind of shadow coming from above, but right here we could do something. That's lightning. Nope. Oh, wait. Oh, blotch right over there. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay. I'm not gonna say it's the perfect improvement of the previous version, but yeah, it's good. It's good to have him drawn again. Just gonna go grab the original reference in the bottom. So much more of an expression right over here. Copy. And paste. Just gonna scale this one down as well. There we go. This one gives for better sampling. We're gonna go grab this one. Copy. And paste. I don't think that will fit, but yeah, it does. Almost. There we go. Like about the same head size. We can see that the jaw is less pronounced in the newer version. And so far it's not bad. Not bad. It's more clear that he has seaweed for at least seaweed type of fin like hair structure. Though in the newer version it does look more like actual hair than in the previous version, but then again the previous version it's more of a, well, let's put them next to one another. I think I might still want to do, you know, couple of things right over here. There. Bit higher. I did like that. It was a bit of a not entirely flat, but still a little bit. Get a wee bit darker. Yeah, maybe that is better too, just, you know, not zooming in. Not always the brightest idea, by the way. There we go. It's not entirely up. Yeah, initially I had impact for not being this young, adventurous Triton, but this, you know, experienced, older adventurer that does things his own way and doesn't always, you know, make friends everywhere. But once you get to know him, he's far less of a crouch than first appearances. There. Just gonna go here and place some fins or so instead of more of a side way, we have more of a front portrait. Nope, there goes the tablet. And back again. Oop. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in between. Oh, right. I think I am going to elevate this eyelet a little bit to it, scaling it more to be round. A little bit. Just a little bit so it looks more natural rather than this straight line. As for Orwell's his actual age, I think haven't really given that much thought, but I certainly did think of him to be on the older side. I'd say perhaps 50 years. Still got some time on him before retirement. Trying to get in more of those fishy fins like structure going on. I think I'm only making it worse and looks like hair right now. It's bare for the fins on the side. It's okay, it's okay. It's not bad. I mean, oh, come on, tablet. There we go. I've also switched to one of the pen brushes, standard I believe. I just like them for the, you know, the squitches, the scratches. Let me see if we got a better look down on him. Rightfully so. And just a bit of more, you know, darkness. Alright, looking at the time, I really do have to go, otherwise I'll run in late with everything else. So there's a couple of house chores I have to do as well. Alright, this is going to be it. This is the difference between old and new. Oop. Old. New. And this was 1 year ago. It does look more lively and more dead at the same time, which is kind of the look that I'm going for, like alive, but yeah, the Necromancer thingy has to be a thing. Maybe in the future I'll pick him up again. I do notice that his face is a wee bit longer and stretched in the newer design. I might have to look at that. But the frail friends are more visible. As for the scar tissue, that has been worked out a wee bit better. As for the nose, I'm still not sure. I mean, you have to admit it looks quite good over here with the... Yeah, he has a really different expression, and over here it's more of a closed mouth vibe, and over here his mouth is slightly opened. And here we can see the impact of the scar a wee bit better. Just a few more touch-ups. No, I really gotta go. I know he said earlier in doing this stream his nose is flat. Apparently not as flat as I've been thinking. It's a wee bit flat. There's still a bit of a bump to it. Alright, let's... Oop. See? Yeah, I decided to pull down a wee bit. Boop. Blend that brush. Closing the gaps a bit. Like it was a bit much having the nostril raised like that. Nah. I do admit that the lips can be a wee bit darker, but they get the point across. Alright. There we go. Now I'm done. Alright, have a good day. And perhaps you'll see me on later this week. Who knows? I haven't set up a schedule yet, but I'm working on it. I'm working on that. If you have any suggestions, feel free to join our Discord and hop in there to set those suggestions up. For now, I'm going to see if I can raid. I see Moo, seeing if she is still present, and she is not. And I don't see any of my other friends being online and streaming, so we're gonna end it like so. Have a good day.